Breaking now on KHQ.
Well, as promised, we do have new information for you. Joe McHale is at the command center with the very latest. Joe?
Yeah, Stefan, in just 1 minute here, I'm going to be joined by Eric Keller. He is a spokesperson with the Department of Natural Resources. He's wrapping up a conversation right now. We're going to get to him in just 1 minute, but what I can tell you right now is this fire is burning 30 to 40 acres. It looks like we have Eric right now. Eric, thank you for joining us. Can you just catch us up on the very latest that's going on with this fire here behind us?
So we have right now level 3 evacuations south of Valley Springs Road, east of Shields Park, north of Upriver Drive, which is kind of the area right behind us where we can see the fire actively working. Level 2 evacuations from south of Bigelow Gulch and west of Argonne, so just be ready to get out if you need to make sure that everything's good. And right now we're like 30 to 50 acres, and we have multiple agencies here, DNR, multiple fire districts. The Child Air Force Base is providing assistance as well, and that's kind of where we're at.
Eric, do you know right now at this time how many homes are threatened, how many structures have been lost?
We have one confirmed structure lost, and I'm not sure how many structures are threatened, but multiple ones.
Okay. And what's the challenge right now? I'm looking at this hill behind us, and you can see that there's a lot of rock, a lot of trees, a very steep terrain. What's the biggest challenge right now facing these fire crews?
So right now our biggest challenge is the rocks and the steep terrain. We can't get bulldozers or things in there, so we're using aerial resources as well as hand crews to get up in there and put line around the fire.
And you may have already said it, Eric, but what is the latest acreage update for this fire?
Right now I'm saying 30 to 50 acres.
30 to 50 acres. And right now, as you're seeing, that smoke that's coming up, that plume is black. We were talking earlier this afternoon. What does that typically mean?
Usually means something hard, either timber or small structures or things like that. When we see the change in color, the smoke is usually in grassy areas is white, and then the dark smoke represents something more substance.
Could be timber, could be structure.
Could be, anything like that of substance.
I've seen the fire boss, I've seen some of the helicopters here on scene getting water on this fire. Do you know if the tanker from Moses Lake has made it out here yet?
Yeah, we have 2 scooper tankers out of Moses Lake that have been on site and dropped, and they could be dipping out of one of the local lakes, so I ask people to be careful about that.
For the access, it's so close to Spokane River. How frequently are these helicopter pilots able to dip in and get another round of water on the fire?
Their turnaround time is probably going to be around 5 minutes.
5 minutes, okay. I see this road closed right here, Frederick and Upriver. The message you want to let people know if they're headed this way, and any other road closures at this time? I'm
not sure of any other road closures at this time, but if you can not come this way, that'd probably be a good idea. It'd be easier for you to get home because we have closed Upriver Drive from Frederick all the way through to Argonne.
It's definitely hot right now. Factor with some of these firefighters?
Absolutely. Our crews are becoming acclimatized rather quickly. It was in the 70s last week, and now it's in the 90s. But we do have structure folks out here and there in their turnouts, and it gets to be 100 degrees inside those really quick. So we're taking care of our people.
Eric, I'll have you stand right here just for a second where you are. I'm getting a question from my producer. Luke, can you repeat that question, please? Thank you. So, Luke, my producer, is asking where right now they're sending evacuees.
I do not know at this time. I can't answer that. So.
Okay. And again, you're not sure how many people have been evacuated at this time?
I'm not sure how many people, just the areas that have been evacuated. I would ask folks to call the local Red Cross if they have questions.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And this remains a level 3, which means get out now.
Yep, get out because we have people in there trying to protect your houses, and sometimes that's better for the professionals to do it. It's always something that we ask.
Okay. Eric, appreciate the time. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And once again, we're dealing with a fire the size between 30 and 50 acres. Multiple structures threatened. At least one at this time has been lost. They're asking anyone who lives in this area, the areas that you're seeing on your screen, to get out and to get out now. Of course, firefighters working once again with some very steep terrain, some very hot conditions when it comes to temperatures. So we're going to stick around and we're going to keep an eye on this thing as it develops throughout the night. For now, we're going to send it back to the studio. Steph?
All right. Hey, Joe, you're there. You've been at that vantage point for quite some time, about probably almost 2 hours now. Turn around and look at the smoke. Are you seeing that it's growing, or do you feel like it's shrinking in size?
You know, Steph, that's a great question, and I'll just have to say, as you look at the smoke right now, that when I arrived here, it was a very, very large plume of smoke. A lot of white smoke at first, and at moments that black smoke would ascend into the sky, and it looked like for a moment, it seemed like it was dissipating, that it was kind of going away. But within the last 10, 15 minutes of being here, it seems like it's kind of resurged, if you will, at this point. So still a lot of smoke back there just over that ridge that you're seeing just north of us here on Frederick and Upriver Drive. Steph?
Okay. All right, Joe, thank you. Appreciate that. Of course, many of you were at work when this happened, of getting in your car and seeing smoke heading in your direction where you might live in that area. We do have Adam Mayer right now, who has been covering this for the last couple of hours. And Adam, you're at a place where they're actually turning people away. Don't even go near your house right now. Just stay as far away as you can.
Oh, that's right, Steph. We're actually on Upriver at the corner of Upriver and Bessie, right near Pasadena Park Elementary School. And as you guys can see, they've got a line of cars making their way towards. There's a sheriff's deputy. I'm trying to see if I can zoom in as close as I can. There's a sheriff's deputy car down there. And this is the spot for where media and other people can come to for a command post type of place right now. So they've got people there. They're directing people away from the fire right now. I was trying to get up as close as I could to our crews up on Upriver Drive, but they turned me around at Upriver and Centennial Lane. That was a private drive that they turned me around in, but there are some people that are turning into some side streets here near Pasadena Park Elementary School. So if you do live in the immediate vicinity, you seem clear at the moment, but just at a moment's notice, be ready to evacuate if that does happen. So we will be sure to keep a close eye on that, and any other road closures or any sort of evacuations, we will be sure to pass those along as soon as we get them. And as more information starts to pour in throughout the night, we're going to be sure to pass that along, Steph.
Yes, of course, a very active scene. Adam, thank you. We appreciate that. And for folks that are just tuning in right now, we are going to extend this coverage until 7 p.m. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire will not be seen tonight because we have level 3 evacuations taking place. Folks needing to get out of their house immediately at a moment's notice. Right now, we're going to toss it on over to Claire Graham, who has been receiving, and thank you very much if you've been the one sending in video, emails. It is greatly appreciated in helping us along with our coverage to extend to you. Claire?
Yeah, Stephanie, we're seeing a ton of photos and videos coming in from people from all over the Spokane area. It just goes to show how many of us are affected by this fire. You can see it from just about every angle. A huge plume of smoke that's in the sky, filling the sky right now. Let's show you one of the videos we just got in. This is from one of our viewers from Glen West. Just sent in this video, and we've shared it on the KHQ Facebook page. But you can clearly see there is an aircraft there flying through with, you can see something is hanging from that aircraft, whether it's a helicopter or a plane. That's water that is being dropped on the fire. If you look in the middle of the smoke right now, I believe that's a helicopter. Yeah, you can see that the thing it's carrying down there is it's holding a significant amount of water to drop on the fire, and they have multiple helicopters that are going right now. We've seen several people commenting that, hey, 2 planes just flew over my house coming from the Idaho direction. So we know that there are a lot of resources being brought in from all different areas to help fight this fire. As we're looking at the smoke and of these videos of smoke, I do want to share some interesting information I just learned. So when you see white smoke, it means it's typically mostly moisture that's burning. As material dries out, as the trees sort of dry out, that sort of thing, and breaks down, the color of the smoke will change. So if wood is burning, that's often a tan or brown smoke. If there's plastics or painted, like painted stuff that's burning, that's usually the gray smoke. So painted or stained surfaces, that's what's burning and creating that gray color. These photos, we're getting a whole bunch of them in from Les Radner, I believe is his name, and you can just sort of see these photos taken from, even even from a distance, you can really see how much smoke is burning. So again, we're seeing gray smoke, which is mostly the result of plastics, painted, stained surfaces, that sort of thing. And if we see, darker smoke, it would be from carbons or hydrocarbons. But to give you an idea of what's burning, there's another picture right there with one of the aircraft fighting this fire. Multiple resources are here. We have 11 different fire departments. Essentially, the entire county is working on this fire. 11 different fire departments with at least 40 people from each of those fire departments working on this fire. Do the math, that's over 400 people who are working to contain this fire, to make these homes safer. We know that at least 2 homes have burned at this point, multiple structures, whether that's buildings or garages or barns, something along those lines. Those fires have, they have been burned in this fire at this point. So a very active scene. Hopefully firefighters are able to get a handle on it soon and get control of this fire as it is growing in our area right now. For now, Stephanie, I'm going to keep looking for good pictures and good vantage points of this. I'll send it back to you.
All right, appreciate that. Okay, and one more time for our viewers just tuning in, Millionaire will not be seen tonight. We are extending our coverage, and for folks on SWX, we will be on at least until 7 o'clock tonight. If you have to step away, we are streaming this coverage on our Facebook page, KHQ.com and Facebook, and we will also be on Connected TV, which is Roku, Fire Stick, and Apple TV. In the meantime, we're going to take a break, gather more information for you. We'll be right back. Stay here.